What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back. It is your boy Blue, and this is Train Sim World 6. We are in the UK once again at LIAN Depot, just finishing up some everyday maintenance on our trains here. There are 3 trains in the shed right now. None of them are ours. Ours has actually already been serviced and has been moved to the nearby siding, but I want to kind of show you guys the depot area. Pretty cool. I always like hanging out around the depot areas of these different train routes because you get a chance to kind of see everything in one place. It's just a really cool vibe. But over there you can already see the class 220 cross country over there, aka the Voyager, which looks nice. Pretty fun to drive that as well. We will not be driving that in this video, but we do have a video driving that here on the Riviera line as well. Pretty cool route, I have to say. Pretty diverse. A lot of different trains can be run on this route and are run on this route. A lot of Easter eggs, a lot of cool things we'll be talking more about as we drive up and down the route today. But let's go find our train. We're scheduled to depart with our train out of the depot in a little less than 5 minutes. We'll be driving the Class 802 from Great Western Rail. This is our train right here, actually, on siding 9 here at LIAN Depot. And we'll basically be bringing this train into service. We're going to take it from the depot, take it over to Plymouth, where we'll pick up our passengers. And then we'll take our passengers from there to Exeter. So that's the plan. And it will have, of course, a beautiful scenic drive the entire way. Looking forward to it for sure. Definitely a beautiful part of the United Kingdom. And again, there's a lot of really cool things about this route that they really went all out, as they always do on the UK routes. They do a really good job on the UK content, so you can always expect some pretty cool additions and things like that, especially since the developer is based out of the UK. So of course they give it a little bit of extra sauce, a little extra love, as you know what I'm saying. Anyways, this is our train, as I said. Let's go ahead and hop inside. It looks pretty good. Really happy to see Great Western Rail returning to Train Sim World. Looking forward to seeing what else they do with this license and brand in the future. You may notice this is very similar to the Class 801. The one? Yeah, Class 801 from the East Coast main line. Let's go back here. We'll get our safety system turned on. I'm not completely familiar with how they all work in this train. We're just gonna hope to, not get any penalty breaks, which is most likely gonna happen. But we'll turn them all on, and hopefully we do not regret it. All right, that's all good. Fuse cabinet looks good. We've already done our walk around as we just did. This door is good and secured. We can check back here. We have this nice little area here. Now, this is something that the 801. I get the numbers confused. Is this an 801 or 802? Jesus Christ. This is an 802. Yeah, so we got this nice little kitchen area back here, which is pretty nice. So we'll make sure we get some good snackage happening there. Then we got our first class. I think this is first class. First class coach. Yeah, this is first class. All of the Great Western Rail branding back here looks really good. It does. They always do a really good job. Sounds are pretty nice as well once we start running and all that. So we'll head back to the front. We'll get these doors shut for privacy. There we go. Where's the door here? There it is. I still wish that the bathrooms worked. Let us go in the bathroom and flush the toilet. That's all we want to do. All right, we'll sit in the driver's seats, and we have just a few seconds before it's time for us to get on out of here. So to begin, we'll get the train set up for our departure here. We'll get our master key on. We'll get our reverser set to forward, or we'll do neutral. You can hear it got the systems already going off. We'll hit the acknowledge key. That'll clear that. We'll also get our headlight switch to full. We'll get the HVAC system, or the air conditioning system, turned on. Got the temperature already set. That is good. The rest of that's good to go. On the right side, I think we're all good. Yeah. Again, we're gonna be spending our time in this seat quite a bit for the next couple hours, so want to make sure we got everything ready to go. So, all right, we are now cleared to depart LIAN Depot. Let's go ahead and do exactly that. All right, here's a plan. We're gonna go forward towards the LIAN Depot service platform, which is just ahead of us. And then we'll basically kind of park the train in this little area. And then we're actually gonna reverse our train back through this Y, back into the Plymouth station over here. So that is the plan. Unfortunately, the train wash is not actually animated or working on this route, but we'll go and bring it to a stop here at the LIAN Depot siding platform or service platform before we bring it into reverse. All right, that's far enough. Okay, now that we've stopped at the servicing platform, we now need to switch in. We'll put our master power handle into master brake, and we'll take out the master key, and we'll go ahead and switch in. Actually, first we also need to put this on tail. There we go. And we'll hop out and also take the door, and we'll head over to the other end. All right, here we are on the other side. Let's go ahead and climb up, or it wants us to climb down. I want to climb up. There we go, we're in. All right, close that behind us, hop into the driver's seat, and we'll do the exact same thing in reverse. Master key in, reverser into forward. I'm actually gonna hold off on the safety systems until we get to the station, since we're gonna be changing sides so often. We'll go ahead and bring our master controller into forward, and let's go. All right, lights are on. We have the clear signal ahead. Oh yeah, check it out. So there's another yard right over there. Actually, no, that's the depot right there. Oh, that's another part of the depot I didn't see. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Alright, we do have clear signals. It looks like whatever traffic was ahead of us has now been cleared out. So, looks like we're clear to continue on to the main line. So we'll do exactly that. Once we get on the main line, we should get a nice speed limit boost, hopefully. Got some soccer fields there on our left side. Very cool. Kind of have to add a lot of throttle here to get up this hill. All right, coming up to the tunnel, and we have a looks. Oh my God, there's a stop sign right there. Are we gonna make it going into emergency immediately? Oh, I panic braked. I don't know if I needed to, but I definitely did. I was not expecting that red to be so soon, but we made it. We made it. Hey, however you got to do it, we got it done. All right, we're gonna stop here at the end of the tunnel, and I guess we got to wait for something to come back the other direction. Time now is 6:34. I'm gonna go check the map and see what the holdup is. And if we look at the Plymouth platform, we have a train on our platform right now, platform 7. He departs at 6:35, so we'll be departing like in just a minute, and then we'll roll in, I guess, right after he rolls out of here. Now, our actual service doesn't leave until 6:53, so we still have about 20 minutes on the platform once we get there. So we're still good. We're still on schedule. We're just waiting for our platform to clear up, and then we can roll forward and pick up our passengers. Okay, traffic is now passed by. We have cleared track. We'll get our lights back to full. Our reverser in forward, and we'll add throttle in. And we are now cleared into the platform. Platform 7 in Plymouth. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Plymouth. You got the big office building there on the left. Not sure what they do there, but definitely iconic with the Plymouth sound there. We got passengers already ready and excited for their trip, headed eastbound. Very nice station here in Plymouth. We'll bring it all the way to the end, obviously. Actually, we don't need to bring it to the end. We can stop right here, actually. Nice. All right, we got a couple of Class 802s arriving. Sorry, my mouth is full now. I went over and got a snack at the bar. But these passengers are about to get a show. They are about to do a coupling operation here. Because before we can leave, we need to couple another set of Class 802 before we can head back on the main line. So we're departing as a double. Alright, moving up for the coupling. And there it is. Alright, we now have a double set for the Class 802 for Great Western Rail. And this is how we're going to depart out of Plymouth eastbound to Exeter. Nice. It's pretty cool seeing the coupling operation here on the platform. So we're going to head to the front of the train and get it set up for departure. We still got a few minutes before we got to go, but I like to get set up early. All right, we brought the train in from LIAN Depot. We're now here in Plymouth. We are now double the size after coupling two together, and we're finally ready to depart for our actual journey. I know it's like a lot to do before even getting started today, but let's go and get the doors shut, and we'll head on our 1 hour journey from Plymouth to Exeter. A lot of passengers got on board. All right, so we're good to go. Get our reverser into forward. Our lights are already set up. Safety systems are already set up. And we're good to go. Let's go and put our power handle into max throttle. We have a 25 speed limit on the way out of here, so we'll make sure to watch out for that. But other than that, we are ready to go. We're now rolling. Let's watch our speed here. All right, and back in the tunnel we go once again. All green lights and clear signals ahead, so we're all good to go there. No need to worry about that. All right, we're breaking out of the tunnel now. It feels good to be back on the main line. Looking forward to getting that speed increase here in just a little bit. Up to 55, there it is. Alright, I'm going to go power handle to notch 4. That is max throttle here in the 802. Very nice. Oh, look at that. We got traffic. Looks like a 220 cross country right there, the Voyager. On our right. That's one thing I was kind of wondering about for this route was like how busy is it actually going to be? I mean, because it is, I think it's double track pretty much the entire length. But I don't know how busy this section of track is in real life. I mean, there is a lot of services that they have on the timetable, so a lot of diversity, a lot of different trains. I'm hoping to spot some pretty cool things today. It's actually one of the things I'm looking forward to the most on today's trip is what other trains, what other services will we see? Will we see any of the classic trains, like a steam train, or any of the heritage trains? You know, things like that. I hope we do. I hope we do. I don't know if we will, but I hope we do. So we'll see. Water definitely looks improved on this route, so I approve that. All right, on the brakes, we have a 60 mph limit here. A lot of speed changes as well. There's a whistle board. Not sure what the whistle board is for, if it's for the turn or if there's an actual crossing up here. We'll see. All right, we got a 2.4% gradient uphill right now, and the train is actually struggling to maintain that 80 miles an hour up the hill. We're actually slowing down right now, down to 74 and slower up this very steep 2.4% gradient. So this diesel engine is definitely getting put to the test, I'll tell you that much. That was a pretty sick viaduct we just drove over. That was pretty cool. If I didn't mention before, this is an express train up to Exeter, and we only have one stop, and that stop is at New Abbot. So we will be passing by all the other stations and running the entire length of the entire route, but we will only be stopping 2 times. Once at New Abbot, which is like halfway, and then at our final stop of Exeter. Now, we're passing by a place, oh my god, we're passing by a place called, I think, Ivy's Bridge right now. Or Ivy Bridge, which is what that station was behind us. Yeah, it's a lot of up and down gradients, a lot of left and right turning. There's basically no straight portions along this route. You're always turning either left or right, and you're always going up or down. So it's very varied, if that makes any sense. But it's definitely fun to drive. I think it allows you to kind of, you know, actually drive the train for once, rather than, you know, me loving to use LZB in the German trains and just let them drive themselves. There's a 0.8% gradient as we go through the tunnel now. Pretty steep descent there. Oh, look at that. Freight train on the right. Not sure if those are empty or not. That's cool. That's the second train I've seen now along the route, and I was not expecting to see some freight. So I believe that's called the Class 66. There's only one, like, British freight train, like literally just one. So I think it's a 66. But pretty cool. I think it would be kind of fun, honestly, to run some freight up and down this line. I think it would be. Speaking of freight, I mean, this timetable is jam-packed full of stuff. I mean, there's so many services that you can run, and all the different trains. Now, if you want to run this train, the 802, there's basically just a couple different things you can do with it. You can either drive it, you know, eastbound or westbound. That's basically it. Plus, you have what we did, which was actually bring it in from the depot. So you can do that, and that's pretty cool. I kind of like doing that and adding that to the already, you know, playable service. But you also have other trains that make a lot more stops. Like this one only makes one stop along the line, but you could also run the 802 on a all-stop service where it basically stops pretty much at every station. There's also one going to Payton, so there's definitely, you know, you can see all the route with this train. You also have the other there's literally 20 different DLCs that feed into this route, which is crazy. I have never heard of that. I'm sure the German routes are probably similar, but I actually counted. There's 20 different British DLCs. There's freight packs. There's, you know, various local DLCs. This is all kind of stuff that all feed into this route. If you want to have all the layers, all the AI traffic, you know, even the steam trains, in the Spirit of Steam DLC, stuff like that, that all ties in. You could run the Flying Scotsman through here if you wanted to, which I actually do want to do that. Even though Steam is not the best, what station is this actually? Hold on. This is Totnes. That was Totnes we just passed by. Cool. But yeah, even the steam trains run through here. I like, you know, running steam trains from time to time. Again, it's not the most realistic simulation in Train Sim world, but it's kind of fun. I like taking screenshots and making screensavers and things like that with the Flying Scotsman and the Jubilee and things like that, and the 8F. So you can drive all those on this route. It's pretty limited what you can do. And what's cool too, one of the other cool things about this route and what they did with the timetable is that there's seasonal timetables. We have a 55 mile per hour speed limit coming up. We're looking 57, so slow down just a little bit. And so depending on what season you drive, what date and time you choose to drive in, you may see different services available. You may see different AI services show up, which is, I think, is cool. I love when they do things like that. There's quite a few routes that do that. They don't always announce it. It's kind of like an Easter egg, but it's pretty cool when you see that certain services will only show up if you drive at different times of year. So if you like driving this route really often and you're on this route like every day or multiple times throughout the year, it will actually feel slightly different. Obviously the route itself does not change, but the traffic you see does change based on the time of day you drive and the time of year you drive. So I love that. I mean, you may be surprised and see a rare, you know, Flying Scotsman or whatever train show up, which I think is cool. And what's interesting too is I think this route is so popular that we're gonna see even more DLCs, like add-ons, be added to this route in the future. You know, more locomotive DLCs added to this in the future. Check out that rock wall there, looking pretty nice. So looking forward to that. I like it when they continue to extend the route. But I will say it is a bit, if you're new to Train Sim World and you're British or you want to drive this route to its full extent, it may be a little bit intimidating knowing that, hey, like, I'm only gonna probably get the full experience if I have all of these DLCs. I think it's probably still pretty nice because look, I have all the DLCs right now. So, and it's not like crazy busy. So it's not like you're missing out on, you know, a crazy busy timeline because it's not necessarily super busy. But you might just see a little less variety of trains as they pass through. So, but don't get FOMO. Don't have a fear of missing out because you think you don't have all DLC. It's a pretty nice route so far, even without the DLC. And we're not even really driving on the best part of the route today. We're just driving from, you know, the hour trip from Plymouth down here up to Exeter up here. But the best part of the route is what's actually considered to be the Riviera line, which is the part that continues down and branches off to the right here. So we'll be experiencing that one in a different video. But I want to kind of get a look at this part of the route too, which is pretty nice too. Mostly farmland so far. I mean, it may change. I mean, we're just on the south side or southwest side of the route, so the scenery could completely change. Now, I have not personally driven the entire part of the route yet, you know, so I'm still new to running this train, running this this route, so I'm still discovering it myself. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's around the corner because so far it's pretty nice. It's pretty chill. Just a nice to look at type of route, man. That's what it is. All right, we are approaching Newton Abbot. Let's not miss the one platform that we were scheduled to stop at. So let's get on the brakes nice and hard as we approach Newton Abbot. Oh yeah, we're gonna make it. We're good. We're good. We're good. What a scenic drive though so far, man. What a scenic drive. All right, gonna go softly on the brakes there. We go platform 3, and I think. Seems like they want us to stop here in about 50 yards. So we'll do that. I think that's far enough.
This is Newton Abbot, Pusey, Bedwin, Newbury, Reading, and London Paddington.
All right, just a short stop here in New Abbot. So let's go ahead and get the brakes off and on to our next stop, 14 miles away at Exeter St. Davis. We're scheduled to be there just under 20 minutes.
Great Western Railway service to London Paddington. We'll be calling at Exeter St. Davis, Tiverton Parkway, Taunton, Castle Carey, Westbury, Pusey, Bedwin, Newbury, Reading, and London Paddington.
That's pretty cool too. This is I think I like this part of the route right here. This is nice. This is much different than the first half we driven. We're actually gonna pass. I think it's called Tinmouth, is the little town that we're passing through now, and there will be a station up ahead. We will not be stopping at that station. Again, we are an express service, and then we'll rejoin with the water, which is actually going to be the ocean. Yeah, it's going to be the Bay Area out there once we pass through there. Alright, there's Tinmouth we're passing through now. Watch our speed. Oh man, check out these massive red cliff sides. That's actually pretty cool. I gotta say, I don't know that I've ever seen anywhere in the world that looks like this. That's pretty cool. As a traveler, the traveler in me is like, wow, that's really cool. All right, we're cutting through the what's called the Parsons Tunnel, and I think we have a screenshot opportunity in 3, 2, 1. Let's send it. All right, there it is. It's so hard. I gotta say, like, it's been really difficult to capture the essence of this route because we're driving through it so fast, and so thanks to photo mode, we can kind of pause for a quick second and just actually take it in and see. Like, I would have missed out on all these rocks down here if I hadn't paused it, for sure. I kind of wanted to pause it earlier, but I was like, you know what? Well, wait, I'll wait. But let me go get a screenshot of this. This is sick, man. This is really cool. I mean, this area right here is just, I mean, there's so many opportunities for screenshots. I could go at so many angles with this. This is pretty sweet. I definitely like the northern end of this route. I mean, the southern end is cool too. Don't get me wrong, but like, I mean, come on, you can't beat these rocks. This right here is what we're here for. This part of the route is really what we're here for. Nice. And we have traffic coming the other way. Also enjoying the view. Another 802. Break out to the sunlight. Man, imagine living in one of these houses right here, right? Man, that's gotta be an expensive house. There's actually people sitting out there. I saw a person sitting there. I think you can walk it. Yeah, I think you can walk some of this. Pretty sure you can. All right, that's a Dawlish. I think we're passing through now. A little town called Dawlish. And I'm trying to like enjoy the scenery like while controlling the camera. It's shown to be very difficult to do. Yeah, like this right here is the type of thing that's gonna have me coming back to this route again. Look at that. Yeah, I think you can walk. I hope you can walk it. We're gonna have to try it. But there's a walkway. There's people standing around. And that will be a really cool train spotting spot. Is just walk out there. That'll be pretty cool. Man, if I mean look at something really quick, we gotta slow down to 60 here in a bit. While we're doing that, is there a fast travel location? There's probably one at the last station. Yeah, there is. So I'll try that on a different day and see if we can walk on that that boardwalk like thing. Oh, check this out. Massive ferry in like a carnival area just around the corner. I mean, I gotta go in the free camera for this. Check this out. There's so much to see, bro. Like, I'm kind of bummed that the speed limit is 80 miles an hour. You got seagulls in the air. I wonder if the Ferris wheel actually moves. It's not right now, but I wonder if it moves. There's definitely some weird camera stuff going on with this route. We got the merry-go-round thing. We got the pirate ship. Yeah, and there's actual people. Like, it's not a dead carnival. There's actually people. Okay, camera. Camera's not cooperating. There's actual people, like, there. Oh, like, they're taking pictures. Okay. Okay, I see you, girl. Wait, what's she wearing? What's that say? It's a name tag. I don't think I've ever seen a passenger or NPC character in Train Sim World wearing a name tag. What's that about? That's interesting. Anyways, yeah, I would actually, like, there's actually some places I would like to stop. You know what would be kind of cool to do? Is to take a train, like a free roam train. Oh, look at this. We're missing out right now. We're getting distracted. There's more to see. But it'd be cool to take like a train in timetable mode, but actually like just spawn a train in, just to drive it up and down the route and just kind of stop wherever you want, rather than driving a full service where you have to stop here, have to stop there, have to be on time, this and that. Instead, you have this like a extra board service where you just kind of drive up the route, like kind of like, you know, enjoy the scenery. I guess technically you could do that with the heritage ones, like the Flying Scotsman one that drives out there, the rail tour services. I guess technically, yeah, you know what? I think I would do that with those. Instead of worrying about getting there by a certain time, I think I would just stop wherever I want. Alright, we're cutting through another station here. We're 8.3 out from Exeter. I believe this is either Dawlish, Warren, or Starcross. I think it's a Starcross that we're going through now. We don't have a lot of routes that run across or next to or alongside like a river or a large body of water. It's usually like a lake in the distance or a small pond. So I'm sure it probably was a challenge for them to kind of get the water looking right graphically, because this is not just river water, like where it's like just a stream. This is that's the ocean right there. That's literally the ocean over there. So you gotta have. It's gotta look like ocean, and it looks okay. It definitely could look better. It could definitely look better. It looks okay. It's okay for Train Sim World. There's definitely improvement that can be done there. Oh, 100 miles an hour? Nice. That's the fastest we've gone all day. We must have a long straight stretch. Matter of fact, it's a long straight stretch straight into Exeter. We're almost there, and I gotta admit, I'm actually a bit sad. It's already over. I may have to run another service after this in the other direction. This is nice. It's pretty cool. I think people are going to enjoy this route no matter where you're from. If you're from anywhere in the world, it's just one of those routes that you just kind of have to drive to appreciate the scenery. You know, it's not just the locals that are going to like this route. Here comes another cross country up ahead. And there's a fair amount of traffic. I think it's a tasteful amount of traffic. It's not extremely busy, and I also don't think it should be extremely busy. I feel like a route like this should be pretty chill. But not too chill. Not too chill. Alright, we're gonna slow down to 45 pretty soon. You know, one thing I also like about this route as we bypass this station here on our way to Exeter is that it's very different than the other Train Sim World 6 core routes, and it also feels different than the other British routes. You know, I mean, we get a lot of British and German routes, and over time they start to kind of feel the same. You know, a lot of them share the same, you know, stock, same trains, same assets, same trees, same building types. And although this one does do the same thing, it also, you know, shares
Exeter St. David's.
Shares a lot of the same assets as well, because it is the same, you know, region. It feels much different than anything else. There's a nice little river there. It feels different than any other British route that I've run. I have to say, it really does. Like, the stations still feel very British, very British. But the route itself, I have to say, it feels much different. I expected it to be just another British route, to be honest, but it's not that. It is definitely something fresh. It's something new. It's something different, and it's cool. I do like it. I can definitely see myself running this route back and forth a few times with different types of trains. Again, I'm looking forward to driving like some steam trains and some heritage stock, some rail tour services, things like that in the future. So definitely looking forward to that, but it's been pretty fun. I definitely don't recommend running this route as a high-speed train because there's so much to see. All right, let's bring it to a stop here.
Exeter St. David's.
We made it. Open those doors on the left side, and welcome to Exeter
This is a
St.
Great
David's.
Western Railway service to London Paddington.
All right, this is also where we will be getting off, so we'll hop off the train ourselves. Now, there is another service when this train comes back from London later in the afternoon that drives back to Plymouth. I may pick that one up later on the way back. But guys, this has been fun. This is the Riviera line on Train Sim World 6. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not from around here, so I don't know any of the special information that only the locals know. What I do know is, whoa, Canon. Is that I enjoy it as a foreigner, as a person who's not from here. This is a pretty cool route to run, and just enjoy the scenery, enjoy the a route map, and enjoy the travel aspect of it. But anyways, guys, until next time, remember, you have 3 choices: give up, give in, give it all. You got peace, love, and God bless you. I will see you guys next time, next video. I am out of here.